forest rate of fire is the worst here. Despite the lack of volcanoes, a forest this large would spell disaster for the whole town if it caught on fire. With trees covering half of the town, it's imperative to keep any fires from spreading this far. Hopefully the fire extinguishers I left around the Christmas tree will be enough. The extinguishers should be able to put out any sparks caused by the bonfire. I watch everyone get ready for the party tonight as I make my way back to the school. Along the way, it should be 4 on the dot. The fourth sounding of the trumpets blare out, immediately followed by a different noise. Huh? That sound. It can't be. My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. I spot 2 horses galloping wildly down Main Street. Onlookers are scattering from the wild animals like cockroaches from the light. I told him to watch out. There's nothing I can do now. I'll only get hurt if I try to catch the horses by myself. All I can do is get back to the school. Praying no one gets hurt, I hurry back to the school so I can prepare for the main event. The main fire event.
こうして悪は去った。正義のヒーロー、コトレンジャーは正義のために明日も戦う。
You can stream longer than 4 hours. 25.
いやー、みんなの週ご視聴ありがとう。次のイースターまでに新作を撮るからそっちもよろしく。
Final curtain. Also, you forgot to send me a sissy hypno lolly video. Listen, I was hoping you'd forget. I also don't want to look for it. We're the only ones left at the atelier following the final screening of Koto Ranger Beauty Squad. Or CRBS.
残すはユネのサプライズパーティーだな。
Kribus.
最後のメインイベントってわけだ。おいシュ、プレゼント間に合ったんだろうな。
Basically, perfectly natural response, like always. There's no trace of awkwardness between us. The best I can hope for is everything goes off without a hitch. The shocking image of that apocalyptic Christmas continues to burn in my mind, pun intended, filling my thoughts with horrific what-ifs. But what if it was just bad luck? If it was triggered by an innocent accident, then perhaps we should stop it this time around. There's a chance Yune and I let our imaginations run wild.
じゃあシュはもう自由行動でいいぜ。ユネが多分ツリーにいるから10時までに誘っといてくれよ。
Got it. Originally, I left to see the tree and enjoy the party with Yune, leaving Kyrie and the others behind. Everything started going horribly wrong on our walk back here. Why don't we all go together?
ああ、いいけど自分の展示の片付けもあるからな。
それにここのアトリエをパーティー仕様にしなきゃいけないから時間かかるぞ。
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's already 6:15 p.m., meaning we only have so much time until whatever might happen at 10. How about I help you clean up and decorate? Then we can head out to find Yune together.
オッケー、助かるぜ。
Where are Sakuya and Kotaha and Gido?
多分自分たちの片付けでもしてんだろう。22時前にはここに集まるよう伝えてるから大丈夫だと思うぜ。キリエもサクヤも琴葉さんもギド先輩もみんなたまたまアトリエから出てた時だったんだ。
If I send you 25 for an extra hour and you take a break, will you include that in the hour? No. I won't include it in the hour.
待って。じゃあ、咲夜たちはまだ中にいるってこと？
キリエは一旦寮に戻るっつってた。昨夜は商店街に行くって。先輩たちはわからね
え。That reminds me, when the explosion happened, Yuji was the only one here at the in the atelier. Yes. But wait, I need to hang on. Yeah, he doesn't know about Guido and Kotoha. So that's the interesting. Everyone had planned to meet here at exactly 10. I wonder where everyone went during that short span of time leading up to the start of her party. Do I have your word on that? Yes. The three of us get to work decorating the atelier. Just as the sixth trumpet marked the sixth trumpets mark the time as 8 p.m. The three of us leave the school to find Yune.
え。どうしたアシュ？なんかキョロキョロして。
It's nothing. I was just thinking the shopping district is weirdly empty.
クリスマスだからな。だから店もだいたい6時で閉まる。
No kidding.
いつまでも店やってちゃ店長たちクリスマス楽しみねえもんな。
I guess that makes sense. The main plaza, which had been a bustling hive of activity all day, is now merely a busy street. If the food vendors are closed, that means the threat of fire should be minimal here. Plagued by endless questions, we make our way toward the tree where Yune is waiting for us. Suddenly,
ビビった。地震か？
ぽいな。まだ揺れてら。
The original quake happened around the same time. A lot of the people around us seemed flustered. Is it over?
何ヶ月ぶりだよ、地震なんて。
Listen, Dexter, all I'm saying that anything to scam you out of 25. Was that a 3 or 4 on the scale? That's the interesting thing. I don't know much about earthquakes. I just know that 1 is barely felt and 2 is around the same.
I want to be peed on and marked by a flat-chested hentai loli.
What the fuck? Why would you type that? You're lucky it wasn't sent. You're lucky it wasn't filtered by TTS. It felt like a shock quite a bit. It shook quite a bit, but it's hard to tell outside. It was pretty short, though. I have a bad feeling about this. While it's not a large disaster in itself, it seems like an omen foretelling the apocalyptic chaos ahead.
みんな。
What words are filtered? Good question. I don't know. And I don't want to know what words are filtered and what aren't. But, peed on and marked by a flat-chested hentai loli is not filtered. We finally arrive at the Christmas tree around 20 minutes later. There we spot Yune chatting happily with some friends. As soon as she sees us, she comes rushing over.
イエーイ、乾杯。ジュース飲もう。
I indicate how I bypassed that. I don't think peed is filtered. Unintended.
テンション高えな。
さっきからずっと盛り上がってるよ。やっぱ高野菜ってワクワクするよね。
That's going to be in the VOD. Well, that's the interesting thing, right? Because my browser audio okay, never mind. Yeah, no. Every tip has been in the VOD. So, you know. With Yune carefully enjoying herself, clearly enjoying herself, it's hard for us not to join the festivities.
映画どうだった？満員？当たり前じゃん。ユネが来てた午後の上映もさっきの最終上映も満員御礼だ。
Not nice. Okay.
よかった。私の方は正直あんまり集まらなくて。
まあ仕方ないだろう。コンサートなんて初めての試みだしな。
もっと慰めて。
Everyone's having a fun time laughing it up and gulping down juice. Well, everyone but me. I keep checking my watch almost obsessively, my uneasiness growing worse with every passing second.
シュウ、どうしたの？さっきからだんまりだけど。
If you do have to go through, just add the remaining time to the next stream. I'm not that mean. Okay. But go though. It's nothing. Yeah, but like, if I do that, then you won't. Right? Then you won't want. Then you won't have to tip me 25 for another hour next stream. It's the simplest gamoz.
おいシュウ、そんな時間ばっか気にしなくてもちゃんと見てるから大丈夫だぞ。
Okay. He thinks I'm worried about Yune's party, but that's not the problem. The minute hand ticks toward 10, bringing us even closer to our fateful crossroads.
もうそろそろか。ユネ、学校に行こうぜ。
学校？いいけど。あたしらはあたしらでパーティーやろうと思ってな。上演に使ったアトリエ11時まで借りてるんだ。へえ、いいかも。じゃ、行こう行こう。
Yune seems excited, although she still has no idea about her surprise party. This is when things start to get rocky. Uh-oh. Crap. Suddenly, out of nowhere, I feel anxiety take hold of me.
やっぱなんか具合悪そうな顔してんな、シュウ。
I'm fine, I promise. It's nothing. There's nothing to worry about. I broke out into a cold sweat at the thought of what happened last time, but my intense anxiety quickly evaporates.
おい、本当に大丈夫か？なんかまずかったら言えよな。
I'm really okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
なんだよそりゃ。
At the very least, Kyrie's safe with us this time. That charred Santa hat is unsinged, adorning her cheerfully smiling face. What time is it?
今はね、
And he checks the time for me.
もうすぐ10時だね。今58分。
I'm 58, huh? The apocalypse started just after 10. Whatever's going to happen, it's happening soon. Based on my memories, 10 p.m. on December 25th, 2018 is when everything went wrong. I didn't know they were going to add the year, but there you go.
おい、シュウ。大丈夫か？キリエの言う通り、なんか変だぞ。
I'm surprised people wouldn't be committing unspeakable acts during the chaos. I think they're too busy dying to do anything. Well, what do you mean by the chaos? Because if you're talking about what happens after 10 p.m., then yes, but before 10 p.m., is that what you talk about? Is that what you're talking about? You know this is torture for Shu? Yeah. I'm fine. Just nervous.
なんだ、そう気負うなって。
And the fires happen. Okay, yeah. Everyone's too busy dying to do anything. The reality of the situation I'm in has finally struck me. Up until now, I had only been reliving my time here. Now it was finally time to see the fruits of my labor over the past 23 days. Panic grips me as I wait to learn the results of the test that will determine our fates. Suddenly...
びっくりした。なんだよ、シュウ。ラッパくらいで驚きすぎだ。
まあ、いきなり鳴らされたらびっくりするよな。
That was the trumpets. Oof. The trumpet blast means it's 10. I check my watch anyway, just to be sure. 7th and final sounding of the trumpets. What time is it now?
10時2分。別にそんな細かく気にしなくても、琴姉たちは待っててくれるぞ。
Uh-huh. I'm sure it's just 2 minutes. The first explosion had gone off immediately after the trumpets, so suddenly we're on a slightly different path than last time. I can feel a weight on my chest lift slightly. At the very least, things won't play out exactly the way they did originally. Maybe we did it. Our efforts must have paid off in the end. I should have known better. Those leaden trumpets of doom resonate through the earth, as if mocking my relief.
何？今の音。
遠くから聞こえた気もしたけど。
爆発か？
No one has any idea of the magnitude of chaos awaiting them. Kyrie, known for her explosion expertise, looks conflicted, unable to believe the familiar sound assaulting her ears.
何だったんだろうな、今の。
School.
え？
You need to get to the school right now.
今の音は学校とは逆の方角っぽかったけど。
It did. We don't have much time. We don't have time. Everything's happening in the same exact way. School isn't the first target, but the second. And it gets everyone racing for the academy.
今のは。
That's right. From the school. No way I should know this, but I don't care about feigning ignorance anymore. I have to get to the bottom of this unfolding disaster quickly if I'm to get back onto the right path.
So.
Did you read my 2 comments? What is... Wait. When the fires happen, well, yeah, but if people knew to die, you get what I mean. Okay, it's like if you were told an asteroid was going to hit Earth and eradicate it in 24 hours, and there was nothing you could do about it. I mean, yeah, but that's different from a fire happening right in front of your face. The correlation, the The analogy does not fit. The scene before us is exactly the same as last time, but now Kyrie is with us. Shit. No. What the hell did you do, Shu? You were given 23 days to prevent this from happening. All I can do is clench my fist in a shimmering wall of intense heat, separating us from the blazing building.
つか、なんだ雪
It's definitely not snow. It's not cold enough. Same mysterious snow-like substance we notice the first time lazily drifts around us. The fiery sparks mixed with the powdery fine snow is so bizarre. It makes the threat before us. It makes the threat before us seem even more unreal. The fierceness of the flames had made me forget all about this odd snow. What is it? Perhaps I'm reading too much into it, but I think the phenomena are linked. No shit. As the thought crosses my mind, the snow-like substance suddenly vanishes. Now, there are more important things to worry about. How could I have been so naive? Even knowing what I did, I'd assume it could never happen again. Or if it did, it'd be on a much smaller scale. I still have no clue what started this mess.
まさか本物の爆発とはシャレにならんな。
先輩たちと、あと昨夜、無事か
A flood of students pour through the main entrance, just like last time. But I don't see any trace of the others. Why is this happening? I don't get it. You have to get a grip. There's still time to make sure that this doesn't end the same way twice. Kyrie, was what you heard a moment ago the sound of an explosion? That was one of my many questions the first time. I remember wanting to ask Kyrie when we'd experienced all of this originally.
ああ、何のせいかは知らんけど。
He takes a big whiff of the smoke curling up from inside the schoolyard. I immediately understand why.
ブルーカだな。石鹸の匂いがする。爆弾だ。
The faint, flowery scent, synonymous with Kyrie's trademark bombs, seems out of place among the burning rubble before us. That means there's a high chance this is no accident. Do you have any idea where the source is?
火元はわかんねえ。ただ、そもそも燃え広がり方が異常だな。私もよく火薬は使うけど、校舎みたいな建物に燃え移ることはめったにない。
That's what I thought. There's no doubt the explosion we heard is directly linked to the blaze. But it took us less than 10 minutes to get here from when we heard it. The school shouldn't be engulfed in flames.
琴音はまだ中か？見てきたいけど、さすがに今突っ込むのはバカだな。そうだよね。ここで待ってたら出てくるかもしれないし。
Kyrie seems to have a soothing effect on Yune, who is panicking far less this time. Kyrie's exceedingly calm demeanor helps keep us grounded in the face of such shockingly deadly fires. Please let it end here. My desperate prayers fall on deaf ears. My hopes immediately and ruthlessly squashed.
おいおい、またかよ。どうなってんだ。
これ、商店街の方。
It's happening. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Time to face facts and I resign myself to doing everything I can in these final moments. We could still get inside through the main gate.
おい、シュ、まさか行くつもりじゃ。
やめた方がいいぜ。入れても出れる保証がね。
We'll be fine. I know somewhere safe on the school grounds that's fireproof. The three look at me, clearly dumbfounded. The art gallery. It's equipped with fireproof shutters and doors to protect the priceless artifacts.
そうか。美術回廊は地下だから。
でもよ、わざわざ火事の起きてる地下に入るより平気な向こうに逃げた方が。
Another explosion. The sound echoes loudly from the direction Kyrie is pointing from the dorms.
どうなってんだ。
シュウは何が起きてるか知ってるの？
Don't. No, I do. Well, slightly. We don't have time to stand around arguing. We need to make a run for it, and we have to do it now. Next explosion will happen near the Christmas tree, at which point we'll be trapped. Basement is the best chance we've got. Either that or pass the Aurora.
オーロラを超えるか。言ってくれるぜ。
けど本当に逃げ場がねえなら当たり前かもな。シュウ、そんなことまで知ってるなら、その火事っていうのは止められないの？
Impossible. I almost can't bring myself to answer her. However, I can't turn my back on my responsibility, no matter how hard. That's why you have to go now. I know you'll be safe. We'll be safe in the gallery. That's why we have to go now.
わかった。
She nods, her gaze serious, like she's putting her faith in me.
まあ確かに、ここでシノゴの話してる場合じゃねえな。
もしかしたら避難してるやつもいるかもしれねえ。急ぐか。
You run through the front gate, aiming for the entrance to the out gallery. Kyrie is right, though. It won't be long before the fire becomes impenetrable, that we won't be able to get back out. So impenetrable that we won't be able to get back out. What has the one who originally told me how safe the art gallery is? Could she already be inside, waiting for us?
着いた。
しかしあっちいな。かなり火が回ってる。
The entire campus is engulfed in flames, fire greeting us around in every corner. Considering the bizarre way it spread, it's impossible to figure out the source.
キリエ、早く行かなきゃ危ないよ。
Kyrie, who is leading the way, suddenly looks back at us silently.
あかね。
What? Did you just say the door won't open? Which means it was closed at some point.
おいおい、嘘だろ。美術回廊が閉まってるとこなんて見たことないぜ。
でも見ての通りだ。結構頑丈そうな扉だな。
None of us seem to be able to comprehend the reality that the door to the art gallery is suddenly shut. How do we open it? Is there a key?
いや、生体認証だ。俺たちの部屋と同じ。
Who has the authority to open it then?
多分先生だ。少なくとも俺たちじゃ。
Suddenly hear Yune inhale sharply.
どいて。シュウ、キリエ。
For a moment, I think Sister Lily joined us.
どう？
But it's not the sister. That's not her voice. It's Yune's imitating her voice. Yune imitating her voice.
通った。
Wow. That sounds like a design flaw. But desperate times, I guess. She's amazing. Yune's vocal abilities are so good, she's able to fool the voice recognition device.
それじゃ開いた？いや、まだだ。くそ。
The lock recognized her voice. Fortunately, there seems to be another safeguard in place.
指紋もいるっぽいな。これじゃさすがに開かねえ。
Well,
くそ。せっかくユネが声を通してくれたのに。
Meanwhile, the fire surrounding us is only getting more deadly. Feeling the oppressive heat against my back, I realize there's only one thing left to do.
おい誰か開けてくれいるんだろ
He begins banging on the wall. Ignoring the identification device, he begins frantically calling out to whoever might hear us. But there's no response.
くそあっち
こんな狭いところにいたらまとめてやられちまう。
Race back out to the courtyard, only to be confronted by a hopeless scene of destruction.
あれこれ正門どっち？
That way, I think. Dancing flames surrounding us. Everything is blanketed in a shimmering wall of heat. I think the gate is that way. But all I can see ahead of us is a wall of fire.
絶対絶命か
映画なら助けが来るんだけどな。
But this isn't a movie. It's real life. Well, it's a visual novel. It's also my second time experiencing it. We're really doomed to die. Guilt washes over me as my mind flashes over every decision I made leading up to this moment. Each wrong choice is like an arrow in my heart. But what hurts most is the horrifying realization that there's nothing I can do.
私たち死んじゃうの？
Oh God. Tells me to see Yune look at me like that. Seeing the expression of mortified pain for the second time, full of hate for some unknown god and self-pity, is more than I can take.
私たちはさ、ノアになるんだよ。町が神様に滅ぼされないように箱舟を作るの。
That's what she said before sending us back in time. She wholeheartedly believed that we could save the town. Please. My final breath, I cry out for a miracle, like so many dying souls have done before. I pray that next time I'll get it right. That next time I won't fail. My desperation is tinged with childish excuses. I need another chance. Yune has no idea this is the second reiteration of events. But she prayed for a second chance before, in hopes we'd never live through the tragedy again. This time, I'll do it too. Want a chance at a better ending. I know I can do this better than I can do better this time. People might look down on me for this. Honestly, I don't care. I prayed as hard as I could, like Yune did once, with the knowledge of how far I've come. Just like in that time travel movie, Yune. We'll keep repeating the past until we get the right ending. The next thing I know,
私もこんな最後は嫌だよ。助けて、シュウ。
as my vision fades into a snow-covered landscape, I feel my soul float to the surface. Chapter 3, Part 2. The Mad Ostinato of a Butterfly's Wings. Bah. Looks like you have to restart again. What time is it? I hear someone calling my name, their voice muffled and distant. I sense my soul in my body, and a peace settles over me from the unique comfort of knowing I'm back. My back? Must have escaped the fire at some point, because I'm inside the art gallery. Which means we've ended up exactly where we were last time. Where's Yune? My eyes dart around the area, knowing she must be somewhere close by. That was not as loud as I thought. Whoa! Yune suddenly appears in front of me, taking me violently with both hands. Hey, whoa, hold on, what's wrong?
どうしたもこうしたもないよ。ずっと一人で待ってたんだから。
You were all alone? In other words, it seems Yune was trapped in a different state of existence than me. If that's the case, then you didn't go back with me?
そうだもん。
No wonder she's crying. The original Yune was trapped in this alternate reality, which explains why the Yune I'd seen after I went back in time didn't remember anything.
12月2日に戻れると思ったのに、週は消えちゃうし、戻ってこないし。
Thanks for the hydrate. I'm so sorry. I honestly thought it worked perfectly. And the stretch.
やっぱりそうじゃないかと思ってたんだけど、それならよかったのかな。
The only thing that went right was the time travel itself. Unfortunately. Why I'm back.
あ、そっか。うまくいかなかったの？
Yeah, I died again. The only difference this time is that he died in the school with Kyrie as well. I'm sorry. Thought I could change fate itself, and look what happened. So you've been trapped here the entire 23 days?
ああ、うん、そうだよ。だからずっと寂しかった。
I'm sorry. While I was desperately trying to change the course of destiny, Yune was stuck twiddling her thumbs. I can only imagine the excruciating torture of being trapped in this reality so unlike our own.
でも、待ってたから、週のこと。
Yune,
で、待ってちゃダメか。成功しなきゃいけないんだもんね。
there's no missing the loneliness hidden behind her hesitant laughter. She had no guarantee I'd ever return. I can't even begin to imagine how she must have felt, waiting here by herself.
いやー、ずっと一人だったから、週が戻ってきてくれてよかった。
Thank you, Yune, but I don't deserve any amount of praise. That I find myself back here only means I failed. Can't forgive myself. You gave us a second chance and I wasted it. There was so much I could have done differently, but a part of me didn't believe it could end the way it did. Walking through town multiple times, establishing safety protocols and evacuation zones. And for what? None of it made any difference. I assumed it was all an unfortunate accident, one we could avoid the second time around. I was wrong about one thing. It wasn't an accident. Someone set those fires on purpose. Really, I never would have guessed.
週、
I can't shake the shame, guilt, and regret. I want nothing more than for Yune to hate me for what I failed to do, resenting the relief I feel for finding myself back here.
顔上げて、週。
I'm so sorry. Yune has no idea what happened. Far too self-indulgent confession to make. ultimately only making myself feel better.
シュウが悔しがってるのはわかるけど、私はこうしてまた会えたことが嬉しいよ。
Yune,
今みたいなシュウ初めて見たから、きっと今の私じゃわかんないような辛いこといっぱいあったんだと思う。だけどね、それはもう過去なんだよ。ここに私がいる限り。過去だけど過去じゃない。その過去はいつでも変えられる未来でもあって。
because we're able to go back in time. You know, this place represents an almost dreamlike imaginary state of being.
私だってシュウが嫌な気持ちでいる未来なんて嫌だよ。それならいっそ納得いくまで繰り返した方がずっといいもん。
And that's why we have to go through the route. Her words seem sincere as she beams at me. Her smile so bright it could make sunflowers bloom seems out of place here in this town. You're so sweet, Yune. It seems as if she's saved me once again. How is she still this overwhelmingly kind after being left alone for so long? I'm sorry. You're right about everything. We could still go back to make things right.
そうそう。それに次があるならシュウの知識はさらに倍だし。
I need to tell you what happened before I leave.
うん。落ち着いてからでいいよ。
I began telling Yune everything that happened during my second run-through.
へえ。じゃあ向こうの私はいつもと一緒だったんだ。
Yeah. You not remembering anything that happened was a bit of a shock at first. With the original Yune stuck in this alternate reality, Yune in the second timeline was completely in the dark. It's unclear how the two are connected, but it seems safe to say her memory. Her memories are being stored here, wherever this is. You never believed me, no matter how hard I tried to explain.
なんでかな。自分がアンナになったなんて聞いたら嬉しいと思うんだけど。
To be fair, the whole situation sounds improbable. Plus, as of December 3rd, we'd only just met a few days before.
ごめんね。信じてあげられなくて。なんか自分のことなのに変な感じ。それでやっぱり火事は防げなかったと。
I'm sorry. Thought I'd managed to eliminate every single flammable threat, and I'd kept a close eye on the entire town the day of. Although far from perfect, I'd done the best I could with the limited resources available to me. Oh, I did learn something new at least.
本当？
The source of the fires, you see, the giant blast we'd heard coming from somewhere in the middle of town. It was an explosion.
爆弾。
No, I think you would be able to deduce that after like a few minutes of thinking. A man-made bomb. The idea brings one very specific person to mind.
そうだよね。でっかい音がしたし、地面も揺れてたし。
Yeah, it happened at the school in the shopping district. The explosions are what caused the fires.
なんか爆発って言うとやっぱりキリエを思い出しちゃう。
And that's why we do her route first. I find it impossible to believe she's behind it, but Actually, Kiria is the one who realized what was going on.
あ、そっか。今度はキリエも一緒にいたんだもんね。
I remember catching the faint hint of soap mixed in with the smoke. She said, though, they were similar to the Brookers she uses in her films. She didn't act suspicious or anything. Actually, she was calm the whole time and very helpful. It's kind of a long shot, but maybe someone swiped a couple bombs from her stockpile.
でも、いくらキリエの爆弾でも、あんな大きな火事って。
Yeah, that's why it can't be her. That's the other problem. The speed with which the fires spread doesn't make any sense. Kiria said the same. We had raced over as soon as we heard the explosions. The explosion to find the building already engulfed in flames. There's no denying what we saw, but it should have taken far longer for the shopping district to be consumed by flames, let alone the school. The order of explosions was exactly the same. Beta goes off first, then St. Aria, followed by the shopping district, then Palm Dorms. I felt the same despair wash over me, like some kind of messed up deja vu. My mind had quickly realized there was no escaping the fate that awaited us the first time. This didn't come from the outside world, but it's clear it was no ordinary fire. At the very least, it seemed obvious the explosions were planned. While the motive is still up in the air, those bombs were set on purpose. With that in mind, it seems like we were right all along.
それって。
It really was the end of the world. When we first arrived here, we'd been plagued by the same thought. The apocalypse that had destroyed the rest of the world 101 years ago had returned with a vengeance. Everything happened just like the Book of Revelation foretold. Remember the incident in the beginning with the rampaging horses?
うん。私は聞いただけだけど、それもまた起きたの？
I tried to warn the caretaker, but it didn't do much good. It seems like someone cuts the reins on purpose.
確かに、あの日はなんか変なことが多かったかも。
Everything we initially thought were accidents happened again the same time through.
他のみんなはどうだった？
Well, begin filling her in on the details, including how she tricked the voice recognition device.
そっか。やっぱり私の知ってる前とはだいぶ違うね。
It's pretty interesting, actually. Everyone's reactions changed so drastically from minor changes in my behavior.
アンナでもあったよね。そういうシーン。些細なことがいろいろ影響を及ぼすみたいな。
Yes, that's the whole thing of the butterfly effect. That's what made me so worried. The last thing I wanted to do was stumble and set off a string of events. It's like tiptoeing through a minefield. My overly cautious actions meant I was able to keep the peace and, in turn, get closer to everyone. Since I should keep something I should keep in mind for next time.
でも天気とかそういうところは変わんないよね。
It was exactly the same. Nothing I did seemed to have any effect on the environment. The ground shook just like it at the first time. It seems like my actions can only reach so far. The widespread destruction followed the exact same path as it originally did.
あ、そうだ。今度は私の方からも分かったことを教えるね。
What do you mean? I thought Yuna was stuck here the whole time. Seeing the confusion on my face, he gives me a wink.
そう。ずっとここにいたから、 この世界の仕組みとか、あのリンゴの力とか、もっと見えてきたの。
Aha, I see.
なんせやることがないから。それに、ここで考えてれば、なんとなく分かってくるんだよ。
This spiritual world that lacks substance. Our souls can move freely from our bodies, like before when Yune suddenly appeared in front of me. It's clear this place was willed into existence.
ね、まず、あのリンゴは2種類あって。
Okay.
私が食べたのが生命のリンゴ。シュウが食べたのは知恵のリンゴ。
Life and wisdom. So the red apple must hold the secret of life, while the green apple holds wisdom.
私たちが思った通り、2つのリンゴにはやっぱり違いがあったの。
Which explains the different effects upon eating them. All it takes is a tiny nibble to reap the benefits. It reminds me of an item in a game. We know the red apple gave you the power to time travel, but I still have no idea what the green apple did. Yeah, I don't either.
でもね、青リンゴの力はもう発揮されてるの。
Oh, really?
私の赤リンゴはそれを最初に食べた時間まで巻き戻す効果。
That's right. We figured it out right away. So then, what power did I end up with?
シュウの青リンゴは巻き戻った後もそれまでの記憶を引き継ぐ効果。
Huh? You mean...
私が何も覚えてなかったのも自然なことだったみたい。
We'd assumed the red apple both gave someone the power to time travel, as well as the ability to retain all their past memories. Is it possible the two apples are meant to be used together? Yes. Well...
ないかもね。同じこと繰り返すだけになっちゃう。
We'd assumed both time travel and memory retention were a package deal, like in her favorite movie. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense that one would retain memories no matter what.
だからね、やっぱり私にはシュウが必要なの。巻き戻した世界で自由に動けるのはシュウだけだから。
Yeah, if only you could have those apples again and Yune eat the green one and Shu eat the red one. Can't you just take a bite from the other apple? That's what I'm saying.
もともと男女一組じゃないとあのリンゴは出てこなくて、食べれるのも一人一つだけなんだって。
Yeah, and how did you know of this? I see. How did you find this out? I just have to take her word for it. There's no way she could have learned that just from spending time here by herself. The space where we find ourselves in this seemingly perpetual loop goes beyond basic human understanding.
それと、あとはここに戻ってくる条件かな。リンゴを食べた人、つまり私たちのどっちかが祈ることがこうスイッチになってるみたい。
I guess that was me this time, huh?
そう。だから私たち二人が納得してクリスマスを越せるまで、多分この現象は終わらない。
With my memories intact and Yune's missing, we'll be forced to relive the events of that night until we're both satisfied with the outcome. I was able to do it too. My prayer that brought me here. I might not believe in God, but there's no denying Yune's power. So that's the trigger that led us here. That's the trigger that led us here?
でもその祈りが通じるのは25日 クリスマスだけみたい。
Why is that?
わかんないよ。
She shrugs her shoulders with a laugh.
でもやっぱりクリスマスって特別な日だからなのかな。なんとなくだけど。
I know, it's the will of Grace who was amazing. It was the Christmas tree that turned those ornaments into real apples.
そうそう。だからね、あんまりツリーから離れすぎたらダメになっちゃうみたい。それはちょっと注意してほしいかも。
It's a matter of distance, huh? If that's the case, then the academy is still within bounds. Our world, including this time loop, revolves around those two apples and the tree that birthed them.
というわけなので、
Possibly.
もう一回アタック。
Leave it to me. I have no intention of letting things end like this. I feel more motivated than ever, knowing we can't succeed without our combined efforts.
だからごめんね。週にはまた2日まで戻ってもらうことになるんだけど。
I would have begged you to otherwise. I can't accept an ending that grim. Don't feel the same as I did the first time. If there's still a chance to fix things, I'll take it. But it also means you'll be stuck here again, waiting for me to come back. Although it'd be nice if I could make things right this time around. By the way, is there a limit to how many chances we get to reset? We get to reset time?
それは。
Ask Yune, who of all people should know the answer, having eaten the red apple. She awkwardly averts her eyes as she answers.
何回でもいいよ。
You really? Thanks for the hydrate. Why wouldn't you look me in the eyes?
大丈夫。私が寂しいくらい。
And the stretch. I can only imagine how it must have felt to be trapped here all by herself. It's hard to believe we have unlimited access to miraculous powers like this.
大丈夫。奇跡が一度しか起きないなんて決まってないから。
Says it cheerfully. I really trust her overwhelming positivity. I guess I have no choice. I guess there's no point in worrying since I know I'll be able to do it this time. I can't get caught making the same mistakes. If I don't get it right this time,
爆発が原因ならやっぱりキリエに聞くのが手っ取り早いのかな。
Good idea. I can ask if she's got any bombs tucked away in weird places.
でもキリエは面白半分であんなことする子じゃないよ。
I know. I doubt she planted those bombs on purpose. But could it have been an accident?
キリエなら余計にありえそう。
Handling explosives safely is tricky for amateurs. One simple mistake could easily lead to the chaos I've witnessed 2 times now. That means all my warnings over fire safety were completely pointless.
じゃあやっぱり誰かが意図して。
I'll go into this with that assumption in mind. It'll be better if that's what happened.
いい？どうして？
Then thinking we somehow brought down the wrath of God himself.
確かに。
If there's some sort of bomb set to go off on Christmas, if we could figure it out in time, then it's no problem. It's far better than an unavoidable natural disaster.
それじゃあまた弓を引くね。
Wait, is there anything else you think I should do? I need some advice before I leave. Last time I felt completely hopeless, with no good ideas besides figuring out the best escape routes or evacuation spots. It's pointless to head back with the same goals as last time, and I need a new battle plan.
シュウの話を聞く感じ、結構前と同じような立ち位置でやってたんだよね。
Yeah, mainly because I was trying so hard to keep my original friendships intact.
やっちゃえば？
Do what?
最初から全部事情を話してこんなことが起こるかもしれないって言えばみんなも納得してくれるかも。
Yeah, they'll definitely listen. Maybe. I'm no Noah, though, and the chances of them believing me are slim, especially considering I showed up only a few days before. Didn't believe me the first time I tried telling you, so I'm skeptical. I wouldn't believe me either, honestly.
そうだよね。私もシュウのこと信じられなかったんだから。ごめんね。
I can't blame you. It's hard to believe something so far-fetched, without even a shred of supporting evidence. I was able to find a bomb, however. Then everyone would have no choice but to believe me.
なるほど。爆弾探しね。
Until now, I've been working off the assumption this whole thing is an accident. Yeah, that was a big mistake. If someone set the whole thing up, controlling it from an isolated location.
どこかに爆弾が隠されてる可能性もあり得ると。
Yeah, and what's the perfect place what's the perfect isolated location to set off bombs all around town? Then the art exhibit. The art gallery. I should have been treating it more like hide and seek. I'll be sure to search far more diligently this time. I'm still not convinced this isn't an accident. But if the fires were purposefully set, then that would explain why my fire safety measures were so meaningless. I honestly never even considered the fires being anything other than accidental. We could always escape to the art gallery while it's still accessible and wait out the fires, but that won't actually solve anything.
誰か違う人と仲良くなってみるとか、単純にお友達増やしてみるとか。
What does that have to do with Christmas?
シュウも言ってたじゃん。ちょっと話す内容が変わるだけでも大違いなんだって。
It might work. I just have no idea what will happen.
あとはそうだな。先生たちにも呼びかけてみるとか。
Good question. Befriend the teachers so that you can suss out which one will betray the rest of the town. Good idea. I'll do that.
他には。そうそう、もういっそさ、本物のサンタクロースを名乗っちゃえば？それなら外から入ってきた説明もつくし。
The real Santa? Can you not see my smooth beardless face?
大丈夫大丈夫。見た目は若いけど、なんかそれっぽい理由になるよ。
Can I? While I'm not necessarily opposed to calling myself Santa, at least I've got a couple other plans. Keep warning people about fire safety precautions while putting them into motion.
私はまたこの記憶をなくしちゃうと思う。 赤リンゴにそういう力はないから。
Yeah, it's kind of a skill issue.
ごめんね。こんなことシュウにしか頼めなくて。私も本当は力になりたいんだけど。
That's how she goes sometimes. I took on the responsibility by eating the green apple.
私たちの町を救って、きっとシュウならできるって信じてるから。
You know, although she feels helpless, she is truly a force to be reckoned with. I wouldn't even be able to go back through time without her. Your analogy of yourself as the bow makes perfect sense now. You're the bow and I'm the arrow, being shot back through time.
ああ、そう、そんな感じ。だから私がピッて弓を引いてシュウっていう矢を飛ばすの。
I imagined us both being shot through time originally. The bow and arrow analogy makes perfect sense in my mind. Yuna is the bow and I'm the arrow. That means we're in this together. We need each other.
そうかも。シュウを引っ張るのはちょっと重いけど。
Listen, all I'm gonna say is by the end of this, probably gonna lose a few brain cells. Hey. She chuckles before immediately focusing on the task at hand. I do my best to stay out of her way. Shoot your arrow back to that day in the past, when we first ate those apples. Legend of William Tell and his famous apple flashes through my mind.
うん、オッケー。これでいける。飛ばせるよ。
Thank you. I'm sorry for leaving you here to hold down the fort, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it this time.
うん、任せたからね。それじゃあ、いっけー。
Oh crap, wait. If I do succeed in changing our future for the better, what will happen to the original Yune? Good question. I'm sure the memories will overlap. Before I can ask, my conscience is already on the way back to December 2nd. Hey look, it's December 2nd. This is taking longer than I thought. Hey, you're the one who wanted me to stream for 5 hours. I think it worked, but it's December 2nd, but I'm still unconscious. Using Yune's bow and arrow metaphor, perhaps I get shot so fast that it takes a moment for reality to catch up with my consciousness. It's just a hunch, but I'm pretty sure that's what I learned from the apple. To get to the character portraits, well, yeah, you said it was 9 hours, but then again, you know, it's been more than 9 hours. December 3rd. Where I'm awake. I can move my body. Wave of deja vu washes over me, unsurprisingly, considering this is my 3rd time waking up here. My alarm clock is still in one piece. It was in one piece the whole time.
ただいま12月3日月曜日7時30分。
Up here, it's been 5 hours. Well, it hasn't been 5 hours, so... It's 1:30, Jesus Christ. It worked. I find myself almost strangely calm. I wasn't necessarily anxious the second time I awoke, but remember leaping out of bed with a sense of purpose. Yune should be here any moment now. The banging is still loud. But one sec, I'm coming. I know this Yune remembers nothing from the other timelines or realities. I dig deep in my memory for the right words to say as I struggle to remain calm. I won't let things go wrong again. I'm going to save the town and Yune for sure. It's still December 3rd. Oh, it's December 10th. Jesus Christ, a whole week passed. I'm going to do things a bit differently this time, taking what Yune told me into account. The most important thing is my search for hidden bombs, and surprisingly, I managed to stumble upon something very suspicious. Wait, really? Could this be the proof I need? The strange object was tucked away in a hidden space on the first floor of the third school building. The seemingly unassuming box becomes far more suspicious knowing what I do. Oh shit, it's the 11th already. I bring it to the only expert I know on the subject the following day.
なんだこれ、シュウが作ったのか?
What the fuck? That looks like C4. Well, C4 wrapped in paper bag. Are you serious? I found it tucked away in one of the school buildings. It's not just the item itself that's suspicious. The box had been...
Happy Father's Day. Spend it looking at lowly hentai of daughter X dad.
Oh right, it is Father's Day in America, isn't it? Yeah, happy Dad Day. The box had been hidden away by a piece of white tape. Thanks for the 25 again. This with white tape, the same color as the wall, making it almost impossible for anyone to notice.
すげえ小さいブルー化だな。
The same explosive you use for your movies?
ああ、石鹸を混ぜて作る爆弾だ。
I didn't know they... I didn't know that they would actually have I mean, bombs. Like, excuse me? A bomb. Hearing Kyrie speak those words was all I needed to know. I was on the right trail. How powerful do you think it is?
いや、こんな小さいもんとなると別に大した威力じゃないんじゃね?
So the explosion would be pretty small? Don't be stupid. There's no way.
まあ、私が作ったわけじゃないからな。それにこれ、起爆方法がわかんね。
There's more than one way.
いろいろあるんだよ。私はよく導火線は使うけど、それっぽいのは生えてないし。
So you recognize it?
そうだな。けど、かなり本格的なやつだぜ。これ作れんの、私とリリー先生くらいだと思ってたけどな。
What? Why does Sister Lily know? Why does Sister Lily know how to make bombs? Sister Lily. It's the last name I was expecting to hear.
うん。元になるブルー化の石鹸は基本的に店長の店で買ってるんだけど。
Sus. Yeah, Listen, alright? Lily is a teacher, alright? And has access to the door in the art gallery. But I feel like they're leading... I feel like it's leading too much into Sister Lily being the culprit. Right? This feels like a red herring. You brought it from Jack? To be fair, soap by itself isn't that dangerous. I don't know the first thing about turning bath bombs into actual bombs.
調合するときとかはリリー先生によく相談すんだ。量とか、それこそ起爆剤とかな。
Right. According to Kyrie, Sister Lily originally taught her how to make brookas, providing advice about the process the entire way. I feel like there should be some subjects that are off limits for students. Maybe stick to science next time.
それに、マジで石鹸だけで作れるもんでもねえし、それこそ危ねえから他人に教えたりしないけど。
Whoever made this seemed to know how to do it.
そうなるな。
At the very least, it doesn't look like it'll go off anytime soon.
起爆しない限りは。
Incidentally, can you make it snow by setting off your brookers?
はい？雪？
Maybe not snow, but something that looks like it.
中になんかパウダーでも仕込まれてるなら、それが飛び散るのはあるんじゃね？
Yeah, gunpowder. That must be it. I'd personally experienced this mysterious powdery snow-esque phenomenon multiple times. Mysterious flakes always appeared, seemingly for no reason, only for the wind to carry them away shortly after. Why doesn't he just open up the bomb and see what's inside, and hope that he doesn't trigger the explosion in his face? I don't even know if they're related or to anything important.
まあ、なんかそういう演出用のパーティーグッズとでも考えたら、そういうこともあるか。
No. That's not even close. This bomb is powerful enough to set an entire school ablaze.
はあ？なわけねえじゃん、こんなちっこいのに。
Well, you're probably right, but that doesn't make me feel any better.
校舎ぶっ壊すなんて、私が本気でやっても作れないぜ。それにこんなサイズじゃ、いくつ集めても大した威力になんねえけどな。
At any rate, what should we do with this?
どうすればいいって。
She grabs the brooker from my hand, as if I asked the dumbest question in the world. Yeah, what do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna set the fucking thing off.
やるしかねえだろ。
I told you. Wait, what if we end up with the same result? Same results.
同じ結果？
I just meant whether you set it off on purpose or not, it'll explode either way.
雪がどうこう言ってたじゃねえか。あんなの聞かされたら気になるぜ。
Just idle curiosity.
それに変な構造してるし、気になるんだよな。何を壊そっかな。
No, absolutely no. Why not? Shoo, you'll get your answers if it's the real bomb that set the school on fire. You would get your answers. I know that there's no way we'll get out of this unscathed. Kyrie's knowledge of bombs far surpasses mine, but I've seen the horrific Christmas aftermath twice.
物は試しって言うだろ。
Exactly, it's for science. At least tell the teacher first. It seems natural to tell the teacher about a suspicious object found on school grounds. Considering Sister Lily knows her way around explosives, this should be simple enough.
じゃ、これは私が処理しとくぜ。
You're saying you're going to throw it away? Yeah.
ああ、もちろん。
She refuses to meet my gaze. You're not fooling anyone. This isn't a toy. We need to dispose of it properly.
わかって てるって。
Yeah, you dispose of it by setting it off. He's her usual shady self. Despite knowing how dangerous these explosives can be, I have no choice but to hand it over. Shortly after.
爆弾ですか。
Shortly after, boom! Oh shit! The school's on fire! Yes, I found it after school. I explained how I found the device and about giving it to Kiria for safekeeping. That's, yeah, safekeeping.
なるほど。それは確かに有識事態。それにしても、キリエさんのものではないのですか？
It doesn't look like it. She didn't appear to be lying, but I know what a pro she is at acting, so that doesn't mean much. Still, knowing her, she'd probably own up to it.
ご報告ありがとうございます。他の先生方にも相談して警戒を強めたいと思います。
I mean, look, to be fair, when he brought up the burger thing, right? She got pretty flustered about it. So what I think is that I don't know. Shouldn't know Sister Lily enough to be able to determine whether or not she'd fess up to placing a bomb in the school. Thanks. I'll keep looking in case there are more. Just like that, I have an excuse for a rather bizarre Easter egg hunt. It should be a piece of cake to find the rest, considering I know exactly which buildings are targeted for explosion. Two days later. Oh, never mind. 3 days later. Hey, Sakuya?
別にいいですけど、私の通ってたのは第一チベッタですが、大丈夫ですか？
Yeah, actually, could you show me where the second building is too? Figures. Alright. Once I talked my way into Sveta, which I don't even know how to get to, I quickly find what I'm looking for. With the cause of the explosions explained, I know what to do next. Damn, he's finding them quickly. Never mind. It's been 5 days since he found the second bomb. The source of the fires of these bombs planted everywhere. Knowing that, I can ramp up my investigation of the town. In most cases, cops can't expect a crime scene until after the crime's been committed, but I'm doing so in advance. It only took me 2 tries, but I finally landed some laudable results. Hey, Kyrie, I found another.
すげえな。これでもう何個目だ？
18. Excuse me? Yeah, no. Now that makes sense.
マジか。なんでそんなに？
The number of Brookers seems to match the space they're set in. They're not sensitive enough to explode on touch alone, so I've been using Kyrie's tools to carefully remove them one by one. Yeah, but you didn't need to carefully remove the first one.
他に隠されてそうな怪しい場所とかないのか？
This should be it.
全部ってどうしてわかるんだ？
Huh? Well, I just have a feeling.
まさかシュ、お前自分で？
How would he be able to plant all of them? He wouldn't have been. He couldn't even get access to Sveta before he found the bombs. Of course not. You gotta believe me. Which is exactly what the guilty party would say in this situation.
よく考えたらこんな小さいもん普通見つけらんねえよな。
Yeah, but like, Shu isn't anyone. He's Shu. He's been through this. He's been in the ringer 3 times now.
怪しいな。
I already said it wasn't me. The device is less than 10 centimeters long. Oh, would be impossible to spot, especially as perfectly camouflaged as these were. But having insider knowledge gives me an upper hand. It starts with Civetta and Saint Aria, then moves to the shopping district, Palm Dorms, and the Christmas tree, the park, then the second Civetta, and all 3 chic buildings. I'd managed to find every single mini Brooker and safely discarded them. It was backbreaking work combing through every nook and cranny, but the payoff was astounding.
にしてもこれは悪質だよな。どこも見つけづらい場所に隠してあったし。
Yeah, they were all tucked away completely out of sight. Not only were they trying to hide the devices, but the locations were carefully chosen to amplify the power of each explosion by magnitudes.
商店街のアーケード場なんかどうやって登ったんだろう。
Yuji had heard what was going on and ended up joining Kyrie and me in our hunt for Brookers. With more hands on deck, we were able to more thoroughly scour more locations.
じゃあシュ、後で先生にも報告しといてな。
Okay. Now I can look forward to the culture festival instead of dreading it. We had found the source of the fires and destroyed them. It was the best we could hope for.
にしてもこれほんと複雑な構造してんだよな。被爆したらどうなんだろうな。
Oops. Quit it. Yeah. She just laughs me off. I'm sure they're far more deadly than any of the bombs you use for your movies. Not that I know anything about explosions or how to make them. Sus.
信じらんねえな、こんなサイズで。余計に試したくなるけど。確かにこの構造はすごい。
She holds up the Brooker in one hand as she explains.
ここのよ、おがくずみたいなとこに煮詰めたブルーカを吸わせてると思うんだけど、反対側にも同じのがついてんだよな。こっちとこっちでバランス取んなくちゃいけねえから気使うとこなんだけど、なんか絶妙に均整が取れてんだよな。こんな細かいのに。どうやってんのかなこれ。手作業で量を調整してるんだとしたらやべえな。
I have no idea what they're talking about, but from what I can tell, it's pretty impressive.
まあそうだな。使ってみないことにはわからんけど、これだけなら一つの作品だぜ。
A work of art. More like a work of fart. There's no way anyone at the Academy is specializing in bomb making. The horrifying thought briefly crosses my mind, but I know Kyrie is the only bomb fanatic at the Academy. By the way, where have you been storing all these mini Brookers? Not in your room, right?
貸し倉庫つっても小さいスペースだけどな。安いし。
Maybe someone stole them from there.
だから言ってんだろ。あたしじゃこんなの作れねえって。
There's a hint of what sounds like disappointment in her voice.
しかしこれだけの爆弾があれば演出で使うやつを自分で作らなくて済むな。
Whoa, I told you that you absolutely cannot use them. Absolutely cannot use them. You have a death wish or something?
わかってるって。
You're clearly not taking this seriously. So you have a viewer in the list that is... What to... I don't care what to think about. That is streaming. I don't care what to think about that. Okay. What do you mean? The fact is that we managed to clear the source of the threat from all 10 locations. Worst case scenario, at least no one will get hurt. Although, there's no way things can go wrong. Now. I swear I'm going to give you your birthday gift, Yune. Third time's the charm, as they say. This third chance is quickly becoming worth it. I'll be back with Yune, regaling her with funny stories from this timeline before I know it. And then everything goes to shit again.